Vortex. I've been crying so much today. Not that that's anything spectacular. That's a pretty, regular occurrence for me. But, I managed to work on a lot of posters the other night during my final performance at Twin Kegs. So, I really like this one because it's very true of most people that exist right now. Most people that have always existed since the beginning of time. I'm still working on that one, obviously. My marker is running out really bad. I've used 3 different markers. But yeah, I really like the message of this one. This is another really good one because I've noticed that, plenty of people love to make excuses for really, really bad things, and they love to rationalize people doing bad things because they don't want to be called names, like antisemitic. So I think that's really shitty. I think that anybody that cares more about their image is a sack of shit. And while I understand that, there's a lot of social pressure to be a piece of shit, God is watching. So it really doesn't matter that the world doesn't have mean things to say about you if God has mean things to say about you on Judgment Day. That's the way that I look at it. So it's I'm willing for people to hate me. If I say the truth, and I'm willing to tell people things that they don't want to hear, but it's things that they need to hear, I guarantee you, if that person has a conscience, eventually they'll realize that I was right, and they'll probably come find me months or perhaps years later, and they'll be like, you were right about smartphones. I should have never gotten one, Amy. So, this one's very relevant. Nope, you're just projecting again. So, I would say that applies to pretty much everybody. Because I really believe that I'm one of the few people in this country that does not have confirmation bias. So, I say that because, the reason why I'm really uncomfortable all the time is because I don't fit in with this world. And the reason why I don't fit in with this world is because I don't have the type of ego that everybody else has. That's not to say that I don't have an ego at all. That's not to say that I don't get arrogant about things. But I definitely can't stay arrogant. And so whatever arrogance I possess, I can't even enjoy it. So anyway, creating beats depression. That is very, very true. It does. I mean, that's why I'm out here right now, because I'm so fucking sad. So I got the Bible, I got the Psalter, I got my markers and my posters, and my tripod. I'm probably not even going to use. But, I still get really, really sad about the way that the world is. But creating keeps me from despairing about it. Now, this is my absolute favorite. Because this is to a T, how I feel about society. And, I'm going to try really hard to keep myself from yelling at that aircraft, because I have the tendency to yell at aircraft. But yeah, as much as I pity society, there's another part of me that just wants them to suffer. Because all these things that they complain about, they've taken apart, they've basically, they've taken part in. So, whose fault is it? You know? It's like people that want stuff to be banned. The reason why they want stuff to be banned is because people don't have self-control. Now, I'm not a piece of shit libertarian that thinks that we should all get, you know, the freedom to do whatever the fuck we want, because, you know, society has proven time and time again that that's not a good idea. And you can say that it's because, oh, the phones are so addictive, or the food is so addictive, sugar's so addictive, salt is so addictive, social media is so addictive, porn is so addictive. It's like, you can say that about anything, dude. I mean, if I manage to make it another couple months, I'll have 13 years of sobriety, alright? Sobriety from alcohol, by the way. Because back in the day, sobriety meant just alcohol. Now, I don't claim to be sober from anything else. If I did, I would say I'm clean and sober. But I definitely ain't clean. So, anyway, I said that to say this. Booze was killing me, so I stopped drinking it. Now, I get that a lot of people don't have self-awareness. And so that's the problem. Like, it really is. And so that's why I don't believe in freedom anymore. Like, you can't expect people that aren't aware of themselves to not shoot themselves in both feet every chance they get. You can't expect that. That's an unreasonable expectation. Just like it's an unreasonable expectation to even suggest, why can't we all just get along? Because people are different. Because people are different. And they don't all have the same motives, and they definitely don't all have the same morals. So if your idea of what it means to be a good person, well, first of all, to a lot of people, that doesn't even compute with them. They don't give a fuck about being a good person or not. But, you know, I think that we all have different ideas of what that means. And so if we can't even agree upon what it means to be a good person, then how the fuck can you expect people to get along? How can you expect people to not kill each other? And I mean, social media is proving like what people really want to do to each other, you know? So, this is the bitterness though. This is definitely the bitterness right here. But these things need to be said. And so, as much as it pains me to say this, I'm probably going to be going on Instagram. And the reason why I've made this decision is because of the fact that I was praying rigorously about this very thing in relation to my posters. And the fact that another comic, as well as a photographer, approached me the last night that I did comedy at that bar. He used to bartend at that bar too. So, you know, a person that actually appreciates what I do, and he bought one of my posters. So, you know, he obviously knows like a little bit more about it than I do, and he's telling me, look, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. So there are plenty of people that feel the exact same way that you do about it, but they understand the direction that this world is going. And so, you know, it's like if you want to survive, in a lot of ways, you have to conform somewhat. But you best believe that I'm going to let everybody know how much I fucking hate this shit.